All right, hello and welcome to week 6. As we get ready to kick off our first game, you can see the standings still pretty divided across the Pixel League. The 3 undefeated teams, then 2 below, then a whole bunch below that. Well, to be fair, it is the undefeated 3, then 2, then 2, then 5. So a little bit more separation than I first said, but should also be an interesting week of games. A lot of top v bottom, a lot of bottom v bottom as well. So pretty spread around with the sort of matchups we have. Of course, might lend to more of the 5-0 teams extending to 6, but we'll see about that. Bacon has also looked into it. I'm not sure we're going to be able to call any clinches this week. I don't think it's possible. However, what we do know is that winner of Luxor, Missouri should probably clinch next week, and it does help all of those teams to clinch if Deadwood win this game. That is because Boston play a lot more of the 1-4 teams in the end of their schedule. So Deadwood, I think, have already played them, so pretty set in stone. Won't help any other teams get losses. While Boston, down in the chaos of it, they'll play all those teams still, so that'll add more losses to teams. All right, now as we move over to our stats, you can see Cheeto and Cozy, your key players. Averages well in favor of Boston with one tie in the assist column. And also, each team is pretty spread around with their stats. Neither key player having more than 3 lead, but we'll see. Prediction, honestly, difficult. Not quite sure. I mean, Boston have a better win, you could say, that they beat Atlanta, while Deadwood beat KC back when KC, that might have been a week 1 game, but KC were not at their strongest. So, more quality win for Boston. Boston have looked solid at points. Deadwood, I would say, have also looked solid at points. So you know what? It's so hard to call this one. I think these are 2 very even teams all around. I kind of set it up in the post in the Discord, which I know I posted late. My bad, whatever. That these 2 teams are very similar in their story this season, in the build of their roster. Just all around very similar teams now with the same record, pretty much in the same spot in the standings. One can go up, one can go down. And I am really struggling to pick which one will do what. I want to lean Boston, but I don't really have a reason why or a good scoreline prediction. I just want to lean that way. But the more I think about that, I feel like, well, maybe Deadwood have a good team. They should win, I'm going to go Boston, but I don't really have a reason why, and I am doubting it as I say it. So, we'll see. As we do have one team in. So we are approaching the very, very end of predictions. Make sure, if you want to bet, get your money in there now. Or your pixels, I believe is they're called. You have just about another minute to get those predictions in. And hopefully we'll be starting the game pretty soon after. But we'll see how long the teams keep us waiting, of course. Yeah, we can go to our schedule, I suppose. So allow me to do that. You can see Birmingham, New Mexico, 2 similar position teams. Madison, Inchin, 2 similar teams. Mudcats, Atlanta, 2 top half teams. That is 2 versus 4. And then Luxor, Erie, obviously end to end. Honolulu, KC, honestly pretty similar. That's 3 versus 6. So I'd say Luxor, Erie is probably the most lopsided standings-wise matchup. But Erie also looked solid last week, and so maybe they can put up a fight, we'll see. I think Luxor, especially after that game, many will feel are stronger than the Mudcats, and so definitely some questions to ask there, but definitely should be interesting games all around. As again, won't quite see playoff clinches, but realistically, the 5 wins these teams have now should be enough, and then they will get even closer if they win this week. So, again, if you're one of the top teams, you probably want Deadwood to win this, but it won't exactly help you clinch. As now it appears we're ready. As we're waiting. Because I'm confused. Are we good? Okay. So Boston joined without one member, and we got the comms 1 sec. Then Pitcop joined. Then they said Pitcop's game crashed. So I wasn't sure, but we are good. We are underway. Boston v. Deadwood. Boston in the dark blue. Dark teal, some might say. Deadwood in their dark gray / black. I'm trying to pass that one across. Now it'll drop down. Bamsy going to overrun it a little bit. I'm not quite sure what just happened on my screen, but either way, this one now recentered by Pitcop. Arium's there. I'm very confused by the beginning of this game, but it's 1-0 Boston, and the Peregrine Falcons are going to play from in front. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I've just witnessed, but I do believe I've witnessed it. As it is now 1-0 for the Falcons. Fans are going to drop this one down, though. DK now 50 forward. That one towards the net. Arium gets a tap. That'll bounce off the sidewall. Out towards Cookie, but he's beat by Cloudsy. Now Cloudsy over towards Pitt. Play off the back wall. Arium there. Tries to take a shot. It's wide. Cloudsy will turn. Just barely wide again. Arium off the crossbar. Pitt's already there. Blocked away by Cookie. Boston tried to surge, but just can't get a shot through. So it stays 1-0 in their favor. Now Pitt in awkward center. Arium not able to get a touch. Bamsy, though, not either, and so it is a clear for Cloudsy. Now Cookie back to the back wall. We have a lot of E names here. Pitt trying to center. It'll bounce up, but Cookie is there to play it out. Now Cookie chasing it, and again, Arium gets a neutral 50. Cloudsy up early, but the touch is lateral. Now off the side, DK gonna pop it up. Cookie doesn't have that touch. Pitt now going to bang it to the back wall again. This one dropping down off the backboard. Pitt trying to take a shot. Cookie able to dive in for the save. Now Arium trying to get it forward again. Cleared away. Cookie trying to pop it across. A couple players go. They are low boost. Does make it awkward. Now Cloudsy up to the corner. Bamsy already there. Now going to catch it down. Now staying with it. Touch forward. Pitt going to spin around. He'll pop it up. Down from the ceiling. Nothing on that. Arium on the outside. Now a bump comes through. Cloudsy's there. It's 2-0. An awkward game all around so far. But Boston are the ones taking advantage. Getting another open net. And this time able to put it on target. Although that was very well placed, obviously. Just barely getting within the bottom right corner. Now Bamsy maybe control off the kickoff. That's blocked out by Pitt. Another one off the left side. Cloudsy gonna roll it. That one just wide. They shouldn't catch it again. But as it bounces up, a little bit too strong on the pinch there. Arium has to turn around. Now DK unfortunately centers it. Pitcop trying to shoot it on, but DK able to get another save. Now Cloudsy gets there too quick. Arium gets dunked. This one towards net. Pitt just gonna catch it away. Cookie trying to pop it up once more. DK back to Cookie. Cookie blocked by DK. And now Cloudsy gets by everyone. It was almost a great shot, but his teammate, unfortunately, just falling, can't get out of the way. And Boston go end to end. It is 3-0 Peregrine Falcons. As we pass the halfway point, it just keeps getting worse, it feels like, for this Deadwood team. Now DK going to get bumped off. Okay, now I'm going to send it long. This one bouncing down. Pitt going to pop it back up. Now Bamsy flies past. DK still there. Now right off the back wall, dropping down. Bamsy trying to cut for it. Not going to be there for that. Ariam now following again. Popped off the corner. Pit Cop's there. Pit Cop scores 4-0. They continue to extend their lead. As they're just under 2 minutes, but there's one back. Okay, well, not sure how that one went in either, but it sure did. Hit a bit slow to the kickoff, just hits it off the side. DK reads it first, and there's no one back. And so it's now a 3-goal game. It gets a little bit closer. Boston a little bit over aggressive on that kickoff. Just give up an open net on the other end. And there is hope for the Demons. This one centered across. Cookie blocked out by 2. Cloudsy going to pop it up off the corner again. Now Pitt not able to get that one. Cloudsy a fake. Everyone got faked. Bamsey now maybe open on the other end, but just pinches it wide. Couldn't turn it forward. And now Pitt able to work it the other way. He'll beat 2. 1 to beat. Cloudsy beats. It's 5-1. Boston have another. A glimmer of hope. Turned away immediately. Boston don't want to let the comeback happen. They concede 1, but they get it right back. It's a 4-goal lead again. 80 seconds to go. Cloudsy awkward on this one. Drop down, bouncing forward. DK blocks it out to the side. Cloudsy trying to center it again. Still staying with it. Going for the air dribble, but blocked back off the crossbar. Now Pitt trying to recenter again. Ariam will turn. Just blocked away by DK. Cloudsy still on it. DK now pops it back. Not able to get to that. Now it's Cookie around the outside once more. Big dunk. Flying all the way across. Now down off the sidewall. Cloudsy still staying with it. Bamsey flies by again. Everyone missing again. And DK scores again. And it's now 5-2. As DK gets one back. He's shooting 100%, although they are still down by 3. 40 seconds to go. Definitely a long shot here. But technically, a chance to get the comeback on this one. And as this one pushed out to the right side. Dropping back down. Ariam trying to get the catch. Bamsey turning. Pops it up in the air. Now bouncing down. DK takes a shot. Cloudsy there for the save. Cookie now not able to get that one. Cloudsy just going to bump into him. Cookie off the corner. There's one dropping down. DK around the outside. Cloudsy trying to drop it down. DK now gets beat. Cloudsy just going to walk it downfield. And as the time ticks away, there is no more chance for the Demons. And Boston will take game 1 as soon as this hits the ground, which that somehow stayed alive, but now it rolls down. And the Peregrine Falcons have secured the first game win. You know, a couple instances where it felt like a comeback was possible. Otherwise, definitely control for Boston. No other way to say that. And of course, as you might have seen there, we are going to have Cookie stepping out and Cozy subbing in for the Demons. So bringing in Cozy, trying to swap up the momentum, trying to get them a chance back into the series. But we'll see if it works. As now we load in game number 2. DFH Stadium. Boston are 1 ahead. Deadwood are going to try to battle back. The new roster coming in. Cozy trying to make a difference. Already on the ball here. Bangs it up off the corner. Awkward for Boston. But they do manage to pinch it away from Bamsey. Now Cloudsy got the boost. Takes control. Gets it past midfield. DK out towards the left. Ariam just going to pop it up. Now Pick seals the boost. He'll try to move in. He'll have a chance. He'll pop it across. Ariam there. Not able to take a shot. Now Cloudsy going to seal another corner. DK trying to flick it downfield. Ariam, though, just going to pop it off the back wall. Getting a bit of a clear. He'll need more, but has more himself. As Cozy's forced to catch it back into his own half. Cloudsy now diving. Not able to get 50, but did force the ball away. Pick up. We'll call it a fake. Ariam to the crossbar. DK just able to pop that one away. Now Cloudsy up early again. This one will drop down. Pick Cop. Pop forward towards net. DK just gets it out. Cloudsy off the corner again. 2 players in the air. Cozy not able to get it. Pick Cop. Down the sideline. Now Pitt still following it. Nothing on that one. Cozy just gets it out off the side. I am trying to center. Cozy trying to get it away. Dropping down, no one on it. Now off the right wall, dropping again. Arium there again. This time it's in. Boston finally have a lead. Took them a minute and a half, but they will break through. And just like the last game, they will play from in front. Kick off one out to the side. Pitt Cop gets there first, does not get the boost, but able to get it up in the air. Now Pitt trying to pass it in front again. Okay. Bring it back. Cloudsy trying to jump up. Now clear down the sideline. Cozy up in the air. Still staying with it. Trying to drop it back down again. Down into the corner. Arium staying with it. Pop back out. Cloudsy chasing it down. Bamsy now up to the ceiling. This one dropped down. Pitt trying to get it away. DK trying to shoot. It's off the post. It's doubled back in. A little bit of help, but it's a tie game. Deadwood, by far the best position they've been in. DK, maybe a little bit too fine on the placement, but hey, defense will give you a bit of help. And we are even again. 30 seconds after goal one. Cloudsy now trying to take it out. Dropping back under it, but played away again. Okay, off the right wall. Now this one centered. Arium trying to pop it away. Ramsey now drops it down. This one cleared out. Arium just going to bang it towards the net. DK trying to rush back. Just barely gets a save. Cloudsy in next. It's 2-1. Lead reestablished. Cloudsy puts Boston in front. Ooh, a nice bit of DC there. We didn't see DK's first save, but we will get to see Cloudsy's shot. That one does get through. And so there's control for Boston. DK now trying to turn it back. This one down off the back wall. Now going to get it down. Cozy off the corner. He'll follow it. He'll look for a 50. But they'll get played away. Now Bamsy, nothing on that. DK off the side once more. Arium now control on the air dribble. DK a good pop out. Cloudsy catching it to the left side. Tries to take it up, but it'll get blocked back down. Pick Cop. Getting it out again. DK trying to take a shot. Arium blocks it out towards the right side. Defense coming up with the results there on that one. But of course, still time to go, but I mean, it's 3-1, so it doesn't matter. They break out on the other end. Cloudsy just kind of has to play zone defense. And Arium straight up the middle, able to find room for a shot. And that does double the Falcons' lead, now 3-1. 2 minutes to go. They can't look for a shot. It's wide. Arium crashing. DK gets a first save. Cloudsy now even on the 50. Cozy will pick it right back up. Center it out. Pick Cop racing in, but it's down from the ceiling. Cloudsy now trying for a shot. It's off the post and blocked away again. Now DK trying to fall on it. This one 50'd up in the air. Bouncing away. Cozy able to roll it down the sideline. Pick Cop off the side. Pick Cop following it again. Went forward. Bamsy shot. Cloudsy saves it away. Now Cloudsy still staying on it. Gets this one past midfield. Arium's there. Boston score again. It's 4-1. They extend their lead to 3. 75 ticks to go on the clock. It's not looking good for Deadwood. One back in the corner. Cloudsy already up. Gets one touch. Looking for a bump now. Pinched out by Arium. Pick Cop gets beat. Is there room for a counter? DK off the back wall. Doesn't have the double. Bamsy trying to crash. Will recenter. Cloudsy trying to get it away. DK dunked by Pitt Cop. Now Pitt all the way down to the corner. He'll play it off the back wall. Arium there. Couldn't quite get enough on it. Out to Cloudsy again. Backflip. Not able to get another touch. Cozy beats 2. Pitcop left alone. 50 up off the corner. Bamsy trying to dive. Pitcop gets there first. Now Cozy down from the ceiling again. Hit. Trying to get it forward. DK dropping it down. Arium getting it out again. Now Cozy trying to get it down the sideline. One dropping down towards center. Pitcop, though, plenty of time. Uncontested on the clear. We drop down. 15 seconds ticking down. Boston look like they might score. Cloudsy has a shot, but DK does get the save. Either way, though, 5 seconds continuing to drop. We're on the wrong side of the field, and Boston are on match point. As soon as this hits the ground, of course, up high in the air. Popped up again by Cozy. Deadwood want to get the last second goal. However, not looking great, as it will eventually drop, and the Falcons do extend their series lead up to 2. Now 9-3 in goals. 2 dominant games, both won by 3. And so as we will move to Urban Central for our next game. The pressure builds for Deadwood. They need to get this one back, as I believe I did see Bamsy drop out and Cookie join. Another substitution. Deadwood trying to turn the momentum, but is it enough when Boston looks so convincing right now? Either way, we load in game number 3. Boston are up 2-0. They've had solid, complete control in each of the first 2 games. But of course, they do need one more. Deadwood aren't down yet. Cloudsy, though, in the air. Dropped down from the crossbar. No one there to finish. Pitcop jumped too early. Arium was too deep. Now Arium will recenter, but it's cleared by him and Cloudsy. Pitcop left alone. Makes the first save. Cookie up off the corner. It'll bounce down towards center. Cookie's there again, but it's right back into the corner. Now Cloudsy up in the air, beat by DK. Arium off his own corner. DK will look for a back pass. No one too close, but Cookie will beat Pitt. Cookie now up early, look for the double, goes too high. DK's shot blocked by 2, but it's not a clear. Cloudsy needs more, and we'll get a 50 against Cozy. Now Cozy gets a boost steal. Cozy still on it, takes a shot, Pitt saves. Now dropping down again, DK off the crossbar. Cookie played game 1, and they subbed him out to put Cozy in. Mincy has Cozy. Speaking of him, he has a goal. Demons have their first lead. 1-0. Deadwood jump in front. Just given the space, air dribbles it through. And Cozy gives Deadwood an advantage. 1 minute played. And that is their first lead of the series. Cookie finds it down with the midfield as well. Cloudsy, what a 50. Gets that one off the crossbar, but Pitt reading the pass instead. Not able to finish it. Cloudsy now will chase this one down, but instead it's taken by Arium. He'll bang it all the way downfield. Now down from the ceiling. Pitt diving in again. Bangs it off the corner, but Cozy gonna get another clear. The corner. Cookie not able to reach that one. Pitcop another shot. DK blocks it wide. Now Arium around the outside looking for the touch. A bit strong though. Cloudsy gonna have to let it go. Did steal the corner. Now look for a center. Look for a bump instead. But the problem is there are 2 going. Cookie able to get the touch. Now he'll get another 50. Cozy up against Pitcop. This one bouncing down. But getting awkward. Cloudsy does make the save. Now off the back wall again. DK trying to stay with it. One now bounced up. DK still staying with it. Hit gonna drop it down. Arium trying to catch. Taking control. He'll look for the cut, the flick, but it's dropped back down. Now Cloudsy playing it back away. DK trying to get it forward. Cozy trying to 50 it again. Drop down. Arium the fake, the 50, only one to beat, but it's a clean 50. Cookie wins it. Cloudsy another shot. A ping off the crossbar. Boston, half the game gone. Haven't really been able to get a solid shot here. This one's down from the ceiling again. Cloudsy still trying to follow it. This one popped up. Cloudsy winning it forward. DK gonna get bumped off. Now Arium. Cozy still behind it. trying to drop it down. Cloudsy gonna get another long save. Now Cloudsy just trying to 50 it in, but it's forced right back. Boston being forced far more into the midfield here. Really just not able to get any shots through as once again Deadwood push them back. Now Deadwood won't get into the offensive third, but as long as they can deny, they are playing with a lead. And they are getting closer and closer to a win here as Cookie centers it again. Pitt able to get a long clear. That one will be wide. It's past Cloudsy. Pitt cutting though. Off the crossbar. Arium there. Finally, Boston score. We have parity at 1. Pitt Cop sets it up. Arium sends it home. Cookie trying to dive in. Just drops under it. That makes it 1-1. 96 on the clock. Plenty of time for either side here. Of course, Deadwood, a far more need for urgency. One more goal against could end their series and drop them to 1-5. He now gets a big dunk. Arium off the left side. Pitt forced to wait back. DK off the back wall. This one bouncing away. Now Cloudsy has time, but goes straight at Cozy, who gets an even 50. Cloudsy trying to pump it in again. Now turn the other way, dropping down. DK up off the side. Back down from the ceiling. Pitt gonna win it forward. Cookie trying to turn it back around. Cloudsy, 50'd by Cozy, right down to Cookie. Pop towards net. Double commit. Arium makes a save. Now Arium a good bit more boost used there, but a big 50 downfield to the crossbar. Cookie doesn't have it, but Pitt Cop not there before DK. Now DK following it again, gets it past midfield, but Cloudsy lurking, bangs it off the corner. Now the challenging players beat, though. Deadwood continue to play clean defense all of this game. Just that one chance getting through. DK, though, speaking a chance at another one. Although that might be an overcommit. Cozy just barely able to get that play. Now it's Pitt trying to get it forward, and he will. 2-1. Boston take the lead. 21 seconds to go. On the verge of a sweep. Pitt Cop flips it forward. Cookie, no boost, not able to get up in time. And the Peregrine Falcons, 21 seconds from a sweep. This one popped up in the air. Cookie trying to follow it, dropping it down again. DK off the back wall. Arium gonna clear it long downfield. That one towards the net. What a redirect. It's just wide. Another one off the post. Boston do need to be careful to not overcommit here, but the time will drop to 0. Arium will get a 50. It'll drop, and Boston secure a 3-0 win. 2-1. By far the closest game this series. But what matters is the result. And the result is a win for the Falcons. They will take this one in 3 games. They will improve to 2-4. Not where you want to be, but now above the bottom as Deadwood will drop down to 1-5. You would expect that some teams might join them. Of course, they're going to have to wait and see. Long week of games, but that is not the start the Deadwood Demons wanted. Now we are going to check if we have an interview. Of course, you would assume so. All right, and we are. And so we will be back in just 1 minute for an interview. Well, a clean series. You guys come out, you get a sweep, and you're now up to 2-4. How does it feel to get a win?
That one felt good. You know, us and the Demons have had a tough road to get here, and I think something kind of clicked last week. I think when we were playing Luxor, so I knew we could do it this week, and I'm just glad we showed up and we're able to let Arium have some fun too. You got what, 6 goals or something? God damn, maybe more. I don't know. You know the stats better than I, doggo.
I wasn't tracking goals scored. I know you guys scored 11 total, so I don't know who got which.
Huh. All right. What about you guys? What do you think?
I thought we've done better than like a lot of other games.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
felt the closest or like the cleanest out of all the ones we've had.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that game 3 was pretty close for a while too. Like we got the winning goal with 20 seconds left, so I don't know. It felt like Demons had a lot of pressure on us. They just couldn't get any goals. Like one of the games, we were just trapped in our half. So, I mean, just a good series all around. And I'm excited to play next week too. I don't know who it is yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, next week you guys do play New Mexico to continue down.
Okay.
So how you feel for that
Hey,
one?
I mean, they just lost to KC, so anything's doable.
This is true. And I will ask, obviously, record probably not where you want, but I mean, you look at where everyone else is, you're not very far behind. And of course, you do play in your last 3 weeks Madison, Incheon, KC. So pretty much all the
Yeah.
teams you'll compete against at the end. So you guys feel good about making that top 8?
Hey, I think that's the scary part is like if we can't secure it any sooner. I know you were mentioning a bunch of stuff about if the Demons win, we might have clinches. Is that right? I didn't get to hear it all.
Not this week, but it would
yeah.
help it happen because you guys play so many of those teams down the line that it kind of
Yeah.
guarantees more of those teams will lose.
Fair. Okay. No. But I think we're right where we want to be. I think there was definitely some games we should have won, like the Erie match. But you know what? We played Mudcats week 1. We played Luxor now, so we've gotten a lot of the hard ones out of the way. And I know Havoc is probably our next big one after Fallen. So my goal is to win Fallen and then bring it to Havoc, see what we can do. Is Havoc still undefeated? They are,
Yes.
aren't they? Yeah, they definitely are. So Havoc, Luxor, and Mudcats are still undefeated. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Pixel's in shambles right now. There's a clear
Kinda.
top 3, and then like the bottom 6. God bless you, doggo, with all the tiebreakers and stuff. Oh my God.
And it's definitely been a bit of a journey. I'm interested to see, though. Atlanta have looked pretty good. They play Honolulu this week. So
Mhm.
that could be fun.
I mean, they
But-
traded Gardens, so who's that roster now?
Panda, Nessie, Corvus, and Archer.
Corvus, yeah, that's what it was. Dude, Panda stepped it up this season. He's
Yeah.
been grinding. I see him on it every single day when I'm on. And Atlanta Harriers are a great team. Like I know we reverse swept them, but you know what? They were destined to be one of those top teams. So I hope they can turn it around this week and next week. So maybe they'll show us some cinema magic if they can take it over Havoc. Okay.
Yeah. League is fun, basically, summary of this.
Yeah.
That all of it is, for the most part, most teams can beat most teams. It's hard to predict anything. It's in a good
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's about all
All
I
right.
have for
Well,
this
thank
one,
you for the
so-
cast, doggo.
Yeah,
Appreciate you always.
congratulations on your win. Good luck next week.
GG's.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and to answer the question I did see in the chat, that there is a Discord for this. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ban the bot. We'll allow. Boomer, if you could get an invite link for the Discord, that would be great. Because there is no command or anything for it, as much as we probably should have one. But there is a Discord for the league where you'll see most things run through, most things posted. But every game, all the action will be streamed here. So as long as you follow this channel, you'll at least be up to date because you'll see if I go to this, you'll have the matchup. And then also you will have the week schedule for this league and the standings shown at the beginning of every time. So if you just follow here, you will be up to date enough. You know, we'll talk about the scenarios, we'll talk about the format, talk about all the matches. So it'll put you in a good spot. We do have a Discord that, honestly, I don't know, Couch. I don't check all of the bets like you do. But there is a Discord that there should hopefully be an invite link somewhere someone could send. Where's Yami when you need him? He always seems to have it. That I'm not entirely sure the best way to get a good invite link, to be honest. So that, you know, I don't know, but if someone could get a link, post that, that'd be great. Either way, like I said, if you follow this channel, yeah, the YouTube wouldn't be linked here either, but I know the Discord's linked on the YouTube. I guess. Wait. Hold. I can do this. I can do this. Because I can do this, and then it should be here. I don't know if he's even still here, but this, I mean, if that works, Mers. I'll post that one as well. At least one of those will work. Mine should, I would think, but Mers might as well. But there you go. So anyway, this was a clean game. This is what Boston needed. We said these teams have been similar. They've had a similar season. Both wanted to get this win to take that next step, and Boston showed a really strong team here. Obviously, we saw a bunch of different iterations of Deadwood, and so saw different teams, different levels. Third one definitely seemed the best, but either way, it just seemed like Boston were the better team today. As your final score here is Boston 3, Deadwood 0. That will do it for the night. Now, I believe we currently have 3 games scheduled for the night, for tomorrow night. 3 games tomorrow night, I believe at 8, 9, 10, all in the Prism League. So that should be fun, but we will see you then. Once again, your final score for the last time, Boston 3, Deadwood 0. We had a sweep to start week 6. Let's hope the rest is more fun, but the only way to find out is to tune in, so we'll see you right back here tomorrow night.